the great house at Collinwood in the year 1840. Into this dark and troubled time, Julia Hoffman has come in the guise of a member of the family. She has met a Barnabas Collins who does not know her, and who, once out of his coffin, has responded to an overwhelming need for blood. Julia has also met Roxanne Drew. She knows that Roxanne is destined to be cursed as Barnabas was, but when and how it will happen, she does not know. She does not suspect that on this night, Roxanne and Barnabas have met, and that Roxanne's life will soon be in grave danger.
I was so sure he'd visit me tonight. Why didn't he? Why? Is he really the one I've always imagined I'd meet? Or is he just a stranger? He said he'd be staying at Collinwood. I'll see him again then.
What are you doing in my room?
Please don't be frightened. And don't make a sound.
You have no right to be here. You must leave.
I should have resisted coming to you like this, but it was impossible. I kept seeing your face before me, hearing the sound of your voice. I am the stranger you spoke of, and I will love you as no one else ever has. I cannot help myself.
I've never felt this way before. It's such a strange feeling.
I'm sorry.
Oh, why? You said you would come back to me. And you did.
It was wrong of me. I should have resisted the temptation to see you.
All I want is for you to be with me. I'm part of your life now, and you are part of mine.
You will soon learn that I am able to communicate with you without being near you. I will come for you tomorrow evening at dusk, and we will be together again.
$100 says I can read your thoughts.
They are my own concern. I don't wish to discuss them with you.
Oh, but I would like to show you my abilities as a mind reader. Gerard seems to do quite well.
Go to bed, Gabriel.
Oh, now I think you were sitting there contemplating what life would be like without Quentin. How unfair it is to be widowed so young. What will you do? What does life hold? When will the loneliness end?
Why this sudden concern about me?
Now, the family is just one big family, Samantha. You needn't worry about the future. We'll all take very good care.
Don't you have it slightly backwards? It is I who will take care of you and your wife, providing you both behave yourselves and don't exhaust my patience.
As long as Father is alive, there is a chance for the will to be changed.
You already tried that. It didn't work. Even in his present state, he knows enough not to leave the Collins empire to a man who's enjoyed being a cripple all his life.
Oh, you watch your tongue!
You watch yours. I know where the nerve ends are, Gabriel, and I know how to get to them. When this is my house, I'll suffer your presence in it only as long as you stay in your place.
You've been under a tremendous strain. And your brother-in-law doesn't seem to help matters. Am I correct?
Please, don't you start reading my mind, too.
I see. Has Gabriel taken to reading minds now?
No, it's just his way of trying to make me miserable.
You'll find that my readings are far more relevant and accurate. You really should admit the strain you feel. Only then will you learn to cope with it. It's Tad, isn't it? You really can't accept the fact that he is gone forever.
No. I suppose you're right. I've read this 1,000 times. It was the last
Yes.
thing he wrote me.
Yes, I remember him well. Sitting on the deck, writing. He talked a lot about you. About the love he had for you. And his longing to see you again.
Oh, God, I wish he were back so.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that to you. Forgive me.
No, it's all right. I want to hear everything he said. I want you to tell me.
Actually, it was Quentin who spoke to me about you the most. He made it as though I'd almost known you forever. I want to help you.
You don't know how I would like to start over again, but I don't know where to begin.
I do.
I shouldn't have done that.
Why not?
What about your loyalty to Quentin's memory?
Quentin is gone. My loyalty has gone with him. And so has yours, Samantha.
I take it is permissible for me to enter the drawing room, Mrs. Collins?
I have nothing further to say to you tonight, Gabriel. Good night, Gerard.
Yes, I'm rather tired, too, if you'll excuse me.
I will not excuse you. You and I are going to have a talk, Mr. Miller.
What name did you just call me?
I called you by your rightful name, Ivan Miller. Isn't that it? Let me see. You didn't change your name to Gerard Stiles until, yes, 10 years ago in London.
What do you have there?
The complete, unabridged record of your rather infamous past. I don't know really where to begin. It's all so fascinating and so incriminating. You really aren't a very nice person.
Just where did you get that?
Embezzling in Paris, gun running in Sicily, smuggling in North Africa. Held on suspicion of murder by the Portuguese. Hey, tell me about that last item. Did you really murder the woman in question?
If your report is correct, you will read that the charges against me were dropped and I was released.
But only because the body mysteriously disappeared.
Just why don't you come to the point?
Really, I paid so much money for these. Let me savor them a little bit longer. Oh, the other item that intrigues me is your interest in the occult. Yes, the black arts seem to have served you quite well. I have a surprise for you, Mr. Miller. Have you had enough, huh?
Yes! Let go!
You really want this document, Mr. Miller? Well, you can have it. Go on, pick it up. It's yours. At least that copy is. There is another in my safe deposit box in the Collinsport Bank.
See. And if anything should happen to you, it will, of course, fall into the hands of the police.
Precisely. Now, shall we talk?
I can't believe that you've really taken all this trouble to get me out of Collinwood.
You're quite right. I haven't. You're a man of rather extraordinary, if dubious talents. I plan to use them right away.
That all depends on what you want of me and whether I'll do it.
You don't really have a choice in the matter, Mr. Miller.
Oh, but I do. I could always leave Collinwood voluntarily.
Oh, you could, but you'd gain much more by staying here.
By becoming a slave to you? No, thank you.
Very well, Mr. Miller. If you do not accept my offer, then leave. You may get quite far before I contact the police. Go on, Mr. Miller.
Make your offer.
My offer will come under the heading of reward. We will discuss that later. First, you will get me a large quantity of arsenic. Can you arrange that?
Possibly.
When?
Tomorrow? What, may I ask, do you want with such a large quantity of arsenic?
First, we must establish certain ground rules, Mr. Miller. The first being that you do not ask questions. You just get the arsenic for me.
Just a minute.
Good morning. Were you expecting a highwayman? You never used to lock your doors.
I guess I did it without thinking.
You also never used to sleep so late. Are you still upset about last night?
Last night? What do you mean?
Your scene with Lamar. You were worried about how you were going to deal with Father when he came back.
Oh, yes. Well, what difference does it make? I'll simply refuse to see Lamar, and that will be that.
Well, you're certainly more optimistic about it this morning. It's so dark in here. Why don't I open the drapes?
No. No, please. I want to keep them closed.
Roxanne, you are still upset about something. Tell me what it is.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Are you feeling ill? You look so pale.
Samantha, please. There's nothing wrong with me.
No, I know better than that. You're just not yourself this morning. Darling, we've always been able to talk to each other. Please tell me what's troubling you.
I'm not troubled by anything.
And I guessed it correctly last night, didn't I?
Guessed what?
When I asked if you turned on Lamar Trask because of another man. Roxanne, there is another man, I can tell.
Yes, there is.
Are you in love with him?
Yes.
Oh, darling, I'm so happy for you. Please, tell me all about him.
Oh, Samantha, one day soon, perhaps I'll be able to tell you all about him. But right now I can't. Please try to understand.
There is enough arsenic in here for you to kill an entire army.
Oh, no. I'm not going to kill anyone. My friend, you are.
Now, just a minute.
Oh, now, come. We're not going to be squeamish about this, are we?
If you wish to dispose of somebody, there's enough in this package to do it. Why don't you do it yourself?
Because I wish to remain above suspicion. It's as simple as that.
I see.
Now, I want this death of this person to come about slowly. I want it done with great skill, which I'm sure you have. I don't want the real cause of death to be known.
Then I would suggest not the use of arsenic.
Oh, I chose arsenic for a reason. There is a great deal of suffering.
Suffering that you will enjoy watching, but yet showing much concern.
Yes, indeed.
May I ask, who is this unfortunate victim to be?
Your timing is excellent, Mr. Miller. The first person who comes through that door is your victim.
What's wrong, Gerard?
Nothing.
If my brother-in-law is disturbing you...
We were having a friendly conversation until you interrupted.
You have such a short memory, Gabriel. I go where I please. Now you may continue your friendly conversation.
You must be out of your mind.
Don't tell me you're surprised. She is the logical victim, isn't she?
There must be another way to get the family money.
There isn't. I've tried to reason with Father, but his mind is too far deteriorated. Samantha hates me. She always has. As long as she is alive, my days are numbered in this house. And the only solution is to dispose of her. Are you still with me or not?
I need time to think.
I don't have time. I want your answer.
If I work with you, what do I gain out of it?
10% of the Collins estate.
That is not yours to give.
I'm left in line after Samantha. When Father dies, it's mine.
Are you telling me that you're planning to kill your father also?
In his state of health, he won't last much longer.
10% of the Collins estate.
It's a considerable sum of money.
We have a deal.
Dear Ben, I beg you to forgive me for what I am about to do. I do it because I am unable to endure the loneliness of this life any longer. I pray that in time you will understand.
Roxanne, you will hear the sound of my voice in your mind, and you will respond to it. The time is now. I summon you to me in the gazebo column. I need you, Roxanne. We shall be together, as I promised.
want you with me always.
I will do anything you ask of me.
There is a way for the two of us to be together through all eternity. Are you willing to take that way?
I am willing to die for you.
Then we shall be together. Don't be afraid, Roxanne.
I'm not, Barnabas. I'm not.
Tomorrow you will be dead. Be not afraid of death. For beyond it there is a life you never dreamed of knowing. A life for the two of us. Tomorrow they will find you here, and they will grieve. But tomorrow night, you will be mine again.